tonight on the Northwestern News Report, showing support after tragedy, how NU is collecting donations for those affected by the earthquake in Syria and Turkey.
And continuing the celebration of Black History Month, we take you inside a Northwestern workshop bringing communities together to discuss the police abolition movement.
Plus, a cheesy confession of love, how one pizza tradition is stealing people's hearts this Valentine's.
All that and more tonight on the Northwestern News Report.
It's your news right now.
Hello and welcome to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Bridget Adu-Wadier.
And I'm Michaela Denault. One of the deadliest earthquakes in the century hit Turkey and neighboring Syria last Monday, killing thousands. Now, people from around the world are helping out, including at Northwestern. NNN's Melina Halkia spoke with Northwestern Turkish Student Association on how they're supporting their country.
For Northwestern second year Denise Uzon, the earthquake in Turkey last week reminded her of a personal loss from Turkey's catastrophic earthquake in 1999.
I actually lost a grandparent in that earthquake. I just know how hard it must be.
According to Reuters, a 7.8 magnitude earthquake struck eastern Turkey and Syria last Monday, and its death toll has climbed to more than 20,000 people as of Friday. While search and rescue efforts are underway, the Northwestern community is supporting those affected.
Seeing that I'm doing something to help actually helps me cope as well.
We want to see people taking action.
Yağmur Aydemiz is also one of 57 Turkish undergraduate students who are raising relief funds.
Any donation is really helpful because to save lives we need to supply food, water, or clothes, blankets.
I'm here at the North University Center where the Turkish Student Association set up a donation stand to raise money for Turkey. Now, their donations from Northwestern students have reached more than about $7,000.
And we're very, very thankful to the Northwestern community for helping us achieve this.
The donations were matched by various companies, reaching a total of about $13,000 by Wednesday. These were sent to organizations like ABAP, which provides material and monetary aid, and AKUT, a search and rescue voluntary organization. Yet, according to the United Nations, reaching war-ravaged Syria has been more difficult. Although students are collecting donations for Turkey, they're hoping to expand their reach, urging donations to both countries. The Office of International Studies sending out a list of organizations last week where students can donate to Syria,
so that we can actually have a visible impact.
Moving forward,
we're going to be probably putting boxes around the campus for people to drop their clothes or anything that they're not using anymore.
As they watch the news from afar, Turkish students are finding ways to help their country.
I just want everyone to know how devastating it is, and we're trying to reach as many people as possible.
Melina joins us now. Melina, what more can Northwestern students do to help?
Yes, Michaela. So Northwestern students can, of course, continue to donate. The Turkish Student Association has set up donation drop-offs at different locations at Scott Hall and Alice Miller Chapel for the rest of the week, where people can donate blankets, their need of over-the-counter medication, hygiene kits, sleeping bags, and things like that. And then, of course, spread the word. If you can donate, that's okay, but maybe you can share the link with someone, with a friend or a family member, and that can definitely go a long way.
Thanks, Melina. To donate to the Turkish Student Association, visit their Instagram page at TSA_Northwestern.
A Friday ruling from the Cook County Circuit Court blocked what would have been a vote yesterday evening on a special use permit application for the Margarita Inn, a hotel turned homeless shelter. According to Evanston Now, this ruling is due to a temporary restraining order requested because of a lawsuit against the Land Use Commission for denying to hear a neighboring property owner's comments about the permit. In March 2022, the city decided Connections for the Homeless needed a special use permit to provide services at Margarita Inn. The application is still awaiting a decision from the city. Now, some members of the council are voicing their support for the housing services.
Concerns and
Mayor Daniel Biss
frustrations,
sent
but
out
also
a newsletter on Thursday explaining his support for the special use permit. He says COVID-19's impacts brought on increased housing insecurity. According to an update published on the website for Connections for the Homeless, the Land Use Commission will hear out the plaintiff, vote again on its recommendation, and set a new date for a council vote.
As a part of a series of events honoring Black History Month, the Northwestern Women's Center hosting a workshop on trans and queer resistance to policing last week. NNN's Isabella Lisco attended the event where participants discussed the police abolition movement.
Northwestern students gathered Wednesday afternoon to imagine a future without policing. Benji Hart, an artist and freelance educator, led the event.
People will take away from this workshop that the police and prison system is founded on white supremacy, it's founded on cis heteropatriarchy, it's founded on violence.
Discussions today focused on who is oppressed by systems of policing, how these systems remain in place, and what can be done towards abolition.
A police and prison-free future is possible, and it's necessary if marginalized people are going to survive the violence of this moment.
Some participants say they gained insight into the communities targeted by policing.
It was really enlightening just to hear how many other populations are affected.
And the workshop helping students translate academic ideas to reality.
So kind of rooting it in the material and the practical to find everyday forms of resistance to violence.
Resistance historically led by the trans and queer community. The workshop recognizing the importance of this community during Black History Month.
If you're not talking about how everyone has struggled, how everyone's pain, then you're not really talking about our history.
History that may benefit everyone.
Recognizing that Black liberation is women's liberation, is trans and queer liberation. And the way we often silo these things keeps us from understanding the way that all of our struggles are connected.
Until no one is fighting alone. Isabella Lisco, Northwestern News Network.
Additional Black History Month events can be found on the Northwestern Multicultural Student Affairs website.
Northwestern University's Pritzker Law School Northwestern University's Pritzker Law School for Immigrant Youth and Families received a $5 million donation, allowing them to broaden their aid to local immigrants. The gift enables them to increase the number of immigrant families they represent and provide support services to help immigrants awaiting decisions to be more independent. The donation came from an NU alum who donated in honor of his mother, a Jewish refugee who immigrated in 1936.
Evanston has made some new additions to increase the city's sustainability. They're introducing 6 new Chevy Bolt fully electric cars to the vehicle fleet, which is used across all city's departments. It includes everything from fire trucks to snowplows. The EVs will cost over $180,000. 4 of them will replace existing gas-powered cars, and 2 will be new additions to the city's Department of Health and Human Services. These changes come 5 years after Evanston's Climate Action and Resilience Plan, which aims to reach carbon neutrality by 2050.
This is all in an effort to try to comply with our goals as a city for environmentally friendly equipment and our CART plans.
Those vehicles should be on the road shortly, and more changes in the works, with the city also looking to purchase 5 new electric vans.
Sending love this Valentine's Day for a good cause. Northwestern's UNICEF Club is delivering candygrams today as part of their fundraiser to benefit women and children around the world. UNICEF encouraged buyers to purchase a candygram for their best friends, partners, campus crush, professors, or even themselves to raise awareness and as much money as possible.
We like to get very creative with the kinds of fundraisers we do. So one of them being the Valentine's Day Candygram fundraiser, and all of the funds raised through that fundraiser will go to supporting UNICEF causes.
The Valentines were hand delivered throughout today.
Promoting menstrual equity, how one NU organization is making feminine products more accessible.
And mending items and the environment, how an Evanston organization is making repairs to keep Evanston sustainable.
My narrative, since I've been locked up and kind of made my transition, has been like redemption, accountability.
When I come into the classroom environment, every individual that sits amongst me takes education seriously.
Giving back to their community, student activists are supporting increased access to menstrual products in Illinois through legislation and donations. NNN's Paris Franzway spoke with organizers about their mission.
The Northwestern Menstrual Equity Activists, or MIA, are working to end stigma around periods and make menstrual care accessible.
We work closely with policymakers here in the Illinois area, as well as work with these organizations.
Their current flow drive is an effort to end period poverty, which is when people can't access menstrual products or hygiene facilities.
This leaves many people without these products, and many women and menstruators are forced to choose between basic things such as food or period products.
Northwestern undergraduate MIA is partnering with Feinberg MIA, ASG Health and Wellness, SHAPE, College Dems, and NU Planned Parenthood.
We're just working with them to kind of get as much outreach as possible.
The drive accepts any boxed or individually sealed period products, and students can drop donations in bins like this one in Norris, Kresge, or at any area desk.
We're working with the Period Collective. It's a Chicago-based organization that partners with homeless shelters across the Chicago area.
Northwestern MIA also works to change government policy, launching petitions, filing witness slips, and reaching out to legislators.
There are still some states who tax menstrual products as you would any luxury product.
And in collaboration with Representative Barbara Hernandez, they have made huge progress.
Working with legislators in Illinois to pass this SNAP bill to make period products not taxed
and more accessible for all.
We're always brainstorming new ideas, ways to continue promoting this drive and do more work.
Knocking down barriers to menstrual equity. Paris Franzway, Northwestern News Network.
Paris Franzway joins us now in the studio. How large of a problem is period poverty?
Yeah, so around 500 million people globally are affected by period poverty, according to the World Bank, meaning that it is a much bigger issue than a lot of people realize.
Thanks, Paris. The Flow Drive is already accepting donations and running until March 10th.
Students gathered for a very special Shabbat dinner this past week. Northwestern Hillel hosting the annual Mega Shabbat in Norris. NNN's Jeremy Fredericks takes us inside the event, giving students a chance to pause, reflect, and reconnect.
During a busy quarter, for some students, it can be hard to take a moment to pause and attend Hillel's Friday night Shabbat dinners. But during last Friday's Mega Shabbat,
I thought this was a great way to kind of get back into the groove and see a bunch of Hillel people I haven't seen for a while.
Hillel hosting Mega Shabbat for the 10th time. Michael Simon, Hillel's executive director, brought the idea with him from Harvard to give students a chance to connect during the winter.
There's not really a natural reason for a large gathering. So there kind of was a feeling of, okay, there's an opportunity.
Student organizers say they designed the event to bring people together.
It's definitely an opportunity for people to attend who can feel intimidated by the regular Shabbat.
Mega Shabbat included religious services, a mocktail hour, and dinner all open to students of all faiths.
I thought it was pretty interesting to see just the cultural practices that they do, the things that they wear, the songs that they sing.
Between 400 and 500 people attended Mega Shabbat, Hillel says. They wanted it to be a cell phone-free night so people could connect with those around them. A time to reconnect with old friends.
Not much more you can ask.
And meet new ones.
Especially meet new people. You never know who you're going to find, who you're going to meet.
Connecting students of all faiths for good food and good friends. Jeremy Fredericks, Northwestern News Network.
The event is largely put on by students. 3 co-chairs in a planning committee recruited table captains to host each table with their friends.
Evanston's Indoor Farmers Market gives students and Evanstonians the support to support new local food options. NNN Simone Garber takes us inside what Evanston businesses are serving up.
Every other Saturday from January through April, the Evanston Ecology Center hosts an indoor farmers market.
People have been super nice, so that's also cool to see community.
Chicagoland local businesses selling products Saturday morning, from confectionery chocolate to dried mushrooms. Todd Allison of River Valley Ranch has been selling mushrooms at different farmers markets for 26 years, but at Evanston's indoor market for a decade.
I know so many people over all these years now, personally, and it's just a real nice thing to get to, a lot of them just become friends that I hang out with.
But it's also newer vendors. Tina Rostova co-founded the Naked Truffle with her husband in 2021. She says the community feel keeps her coming back.
The farmers markets, quite honestly, have generated a lot of repeat customers for us. And I think people just really value that local quality ingredients.
Let's see if the food lives up to its hype. It does. And representatives from Collective Resource Compost promote composting throughout the market. They'll be at Northwestern's Dillo Day this spring to make it a zero-waste event.
Composting and reducing food waste is part of the local food system.
Regardless of the mission, community remains an important part of the market.
That aspect is just kind of a big community of support, that everybody feels good eating the right products.
Uniting businesses and customers through food. Simone Garber, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Simone. The Ecology Center is accessible by the 201 bus and is also a short walk away from campus.
A new visiting artist program at Northwestern School of Communication will bring high-profile artists to campus. It'll focus on telling the stories of underrepresented theater works. The Austere Ear Clarison's Artist in Residence program expands the diversity of SOC's theatrical works and curriculum, connecting students with prominent industry leaders and contributing to a more inclusive and equitable learning environment at Northwestern. It's made possible by an anonymous $3 million gift in the memory of Clarison's, an Emmy Award-winning producer and director.
Citizens Greener Evanston co-sponsors free repair cafes 2 to 3 times a month. A part of Evanston's Climate Action and Resilience Plan, they're one of 2,500 repair cafes worldwide. NNN's Ananya Chug brings us to the volunteers helping sustainability in Evanston.
Here at Robert Crown Branch Library, Repair Cafe volunteers lend their time, support, and expertise to the Climate Action Program.
I have experience with fabrics and sewing and that kind of thing, but I also used to repair medical laboratory equipment.
Repair cafes are free meeting spaces where people fix things together.
We are making a difference. Everyone is making a difference.
Attendees bring both their broken items and spare parts. Expert volunteers help repair their items and diagnose or recommend any additional parts needed.
We have a throwaway society. Everything's going, use it once, throw it away.
At the cafes, the repairs are broken up into different categories. General repair of household items, sewing and mending, jewelry repair, and electronic diagnostic.
When I was told about this opportunity, I jumped.
The cafe motto, never take broken for an answer.
I like the idea that we teach the customer how to fix things themselves.
Besides saving money, repair cafes help keep broken items out of the landfill and promote connection and collaboration, and increase community self-reliance and skill sharing.
We have more impact in empowering people to tackle repair than in actually keeping things out of the landfills.
fixing broken items for a more sustainable Evanston. Ananya Chugh, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Ananya. Repair Cafe registration and information are available on the City of Evanston's website. Coming up, Northwestern upsets Purdue basketball. We take a look at the season so far and the new student ticket request process for Wildcat home games.
And is the winter cold finally in the past? I'll have this week's forecast after the break.
Trying to work my way out of the prison system was the most difficult challenge of my life. It only became tangible once I became a Northwestern student.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Evanston experiencing the first fall spring of the season with temperatures hitting the 50s. But will it be back to winter later this week? Jeremy Fredericks has a look at the weather.
Good evening, Bridget. Today temperatures hit the 50s and tomorrow looks like it should get around there with highs expected in the upper 40s. We do get a chance of snow on Thursday, temperatures dipping into the 20s for Friday. The weekend warms up into the mid 40s and next week looks to be cooler with a chance of snow. Back to you at the desk.
Thanks, Jeremy.
When the weather gets colder again, there are plenty of winter events in Evanston to warm your day. NNN's Emma Sullivan has more on how Evanston is trying to foster winter cheer among its residents.
Throughout the month of February, downtown Evanston hosts the 5th annual Hygge Fest.
The Hygge Fest is based on the sort of Scandinavian term hygge, which means really to embrace winter.
It's a month of shopping and dining specials, creative classes, and community events.
Sort of goal as downtown Evanston is to get people out in February when it's usually gray and cold.
Brown says February is usually a slow month for businesses. Downtown Evanston wants the Hygge Fest to change that.
It's great to get out with the public and just introduce ourselves.
Fostering connection among Evanstonians with hot cocoa, ice sculptures.
I appreciate the creativity and, getting people downtown and finding ways to get people together.
And building community support.
Anytime there's anything downtown with Evanston, you've just got to support it. This is our community.
Businesses hope to spread the hygge all month long.
We do have workshops through the month of February and different dining kind of specials or ways to get cozy this winter.
Bringing winter cheer to Evanstonians. Emma Sullivan, Northwestern News Network.
Anyone interested in attending the event should register on downtown Evanston's website.
There's a lot of love for Northwestern's men's basketball. They made history taking down a #1 team, beating Purdue 64-58. Maria Heim is here to give us some insight into the game. Maria?
Thanks, Bridget. The upset dropped Purdue 3rd in the Associated Press NCAA rankings, but Northwestern continues not to be ranked in the top 25. The last time a Northwestern team was ranked was one time in February of 2017. During the Purdue game, senior guard Boo Buie led with 26 points, making a big contribution to the win. The Cats defeated Purdue in front of a packed Welsh Ryan arena of both Wildcats and Boilermakers. The team now sits 3rd in the Big Ten Conference, but the success this season causes a change in the student ticketing system. Students now have to reserve their tickets online before games instead of presenting their Wildcats at the door. Even today, students had a hard time connecting to the website for tickets. For the game Wednesday against Indiana, I took us to the court to see what's on students and staff's minds. Northwestern men's basketball upsetting Purdue this weekend, a game where student tickets sold out in under 10 minutes.
I've had a lot of luck in the past, but I guess this game, with it being Purdue, #1, that's what tipped it over the edge.
The team has gone 9-5 in the Big Ten Conference so far this season.
For the most part, since they've gotten better this year, obviously it's reflected in the sales.
Northwestern Wildside oversees the student section, but it's not always a smooth process to help students get tickets.
Even getting tickets, it's like someone's in class, they don't have time to reserve it, or they reserve a ticket and there's a problem because they're not sent a ticket.
Students attempting to reserve tickets for Sunday's game saw the website crash.
We really don't have access to the back end of the system, so it's kind of hard for us to figure out how to deal with these cases where students aren't getting the tickets that they have ordered.
And the standby line, a record length.
It's the first time we've seen the line get that long. You only had I think 1,200 for students, and they only set apart 100. So, it's basically first come, first serve.
And as you can see, the student section sure is packed.
When your crowd is with you and you feel that energy, I think it helps push you over the top.
The fans making history in the stands, while the players make it on the court. Maria Heim, Northwestern News Network.
Thanks, Maria. And along with that, Wednesday's game against Indiana sold out today in under 8 minutes. Another website crash. Coming up, stealing a piece of a loved one's heart. A look at one local chain offering up love in the form of deep dish.
Trying to work my way out of the prison system was the most difficult challenge of my life. It only became tangible once I became a Northwestern student.
My relationship with Giannis is unique. We're from the same country, we're from the same city. Being a Northwestern alum, I think, has tremendous advantages in the sports industry. To me, that community, it's been with me for 20 plus years.
Now get a piece of this. Lou Malnati's is spreading the love this Valentine's Day with their limited edition heart-shaped deep dish. Ellie Skelly stopped by the Evanston location for a slice of the story.
The pizzas are ready. We're gonna take them out.
Lou Malnati's is offering a cheesy way to declare love this Valentine's Day.
Man, it's Valentine's and a lot of people love pizza.
Manny Ramos has been the general manager of the Evanston location for the past 4 years. He says their busiest day is actually Valentine's Day.
We do about between 25 to 35 pizzas per day. Number for the Valentine's Day, we're looking about over 300 pizzas.
And what's at the heart of this spike in pizza orders? The chain is offering a heart-shaped version of their iconic deep dish pizza for the holiday.
We thought it'd be a fun way to celebrate.
Heart-shaped pizzas are made here in store fresh and can be shipped to loved ones nationwide.
I have 2 brothers in the DC area, and it's hard to figure out something to give them. So I have sent them both Lou Malnati's pizzas.
And for Chicagoans far from home, Lou Malnati's is partnering with other Chicago staples like Portillo's, Eli's Cheesecake, and Garrett's Popcorn to ship a slice of Chicago nationwide.
We love to spread the love.
The hearts are equivalent to a small deep dish and can be ordered with cheese, pepperoni, or sausage.
You can argue crusts and you can argue toppings, but in the end, a good pizza is a good pizza.
And after serving their last slice this Valentine's Day, the Lou Malnati's family will be celebrating the season of love together.
As a family, we enjoy to get everybody together.
Spreading sauce and love, Ellie Skelly, Northwestern News Network.
Ellie joins us live in the studio. Ellie, these pizzas are a Valentine's staple at Lou Malnati's, but are they available any other time?
Yeah, so in stores, the pizzas are only available until February 14th. So today's the last day you can get them. But online, they're available year-round.
Thanks, Ellie, for that lovely story. Well, that's all the time we have for tonight.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Northwestern News Report.
Stay tuned for Politicat at 8 p.m. I'm Michaela Denal.
And I'm Bridget Aduwadir. Have a great night.